One afternoon, we arrived at a remote char of the deep Padma River to listen to the stories of the hardworking people living here. After the monsoon, this once barren char has turned lush green. As far as the eye can see, there is an expanse of greenery. Amidst it, in a small house, resides a group of working people. This char, located in the remote waters of the Padma River, belongs to the Bakira region of Maniganj district. Specifically, it is situated in Sherpur Mausa of Kanchanpur Union under Hararampur Thana in Maniganj. These people live in an astonishingly challenging environment, their residence shaped mainly by their agricultural work on this emerging, desolate char. Hundreds of bighas of land here have been cultivated with sweet pumpkins, carrots, and various other vegetables. The relentless labor of these people is dedicated to tending to these crops. Amidst this challenging environment, a faint fire flickers in a clay stove as rice is being cooked. Alongside the rice, preparations are underway for cooking curry.
The workers here shared that they arrived at this char on the night of the 22 and plan to return home on Friday afternoon. Currently, they are working on cultivating sweet pumpkins. Their work covers approximately 110 bighas of land, which stretches continuously. This land is owned by Shanak Ali, who has taken it on a one-year lease. However, the workers are not aware of the exact annual rental cost of the land. The necessary groceries and supplies are primarily provided by the landowner. Whenever the workers need something, they make a phone call, and the required items are delivered to them. Their living arrangements consist of a small house where, depending on the workload, 20 to 30 people live together. These workers come from different districts and usually stay here for 1 to 2 months before returning to their homes after completing their work. Despite the challenging environment, they continue to work tirelessly. Even after staying here for a long time, they have not faced significant problems. When asked about the presence of snakes, they mentioned that they personally haven't seen any, but other workers have occasionally spotted and killed them.
In this small house, depending on the work requirements, around 20 to 25, or sometimes even 30 people live together. These workers come from different districts for employment and stay here for about 20 to 25 days or sometimes 1 to 2 months, depending on the work demand. Once their tasks are completed, they return to their respective homes. Currently, 4 to 5 people are residing here solely to take care of the vast expanse of sweet pumpkin fields that stretch as far as the eye can see.
He mentioned that he has been here for approximately 11 days and plans to return home on Friday. His work agreement is on a daily basis, meaning he receives a specific wage for each day's work. He noted that during his stay, he hasn't encountered any problems, indicating a positive experience and a good relationship with the environment. Regarding the presence of snakes during work, he stated that he hasn't personally seen any. However, other colleagues have spotted snakes and have dealt with them. This reflects the local environment's challenges and the responses to them.
আলু ফুলকপি
Concerning meals, he mentioned that various dishes are prepared using potatoes, cauliflower, eggs, and pumpkins. This menu reflects the local dietary habits and the available ingredients, showcasing a part of their daily culinary culture.
In rural life in Bangladesh, the role of farmers and agricultural workers is immense. Every morning, they set out to the fields to work. From morning till evening, they are engaged in taking care of the crops to ensure their healthy growth. By the end of the day, before sunset, they finish their work in the fields and return to their small villages.
কয়বার রান্না করেন ভাই?
The brother cooks twice a day, once in the early morning and again around noon.
আচ্ছা ভাই ওই যে ধরেন এইখানে
Sometimes, the preparation for lunch is completed all at once in the morning. Depending on the work requirements, people from different areas, such as Kushtia and Rajshahi, come to the village. Sometimes there are as many as 10 to 20 people, or even 15 to 20, coming for work, depending on the demand. The winter is quite cold here. And since there is no electricity, people use power banks to charge their mobile phones and other devices.
পাওয়ার ব্যাংক দিয়ে যায়।
It can be a bit challenging to manage, but it's part of the daily routine.
Every morning and evening, cooking is done. This brother is responsible for cooking every day. It is his job to handle all the cooking here. The necessary ingredients and supplies for cooking are brought by the owners every day, who come to deliver them.
আঙ্কেল যখন 20-25 জন মানুষ যখন হয়
When there are 20 to 25 people, not everyone can stay inside the house. It becomes difficult to stay inside, so some people set up their beds outside. However, during the winter, staying outside is not possible, so they sleep on the floor inside, laying their beds down. Currently, there are 6 people staying there. In the summer, when it's warm, 20 to 30 people sometimes sleep outside on beds. There is space behind the house for them to stay. During hot nights, jackals come around, but they don't cause any trouble or make noise while people sleep.
There is no electricity available here, but there is a solar power system in place to light up the darkness at night. The solar-powered lights provide sufficient illumination for them, ensuring they can move around comfortably even in the dark. Additionally, mobile phones are charged using power banks, as there is no direct power source. Despite the limitations, the solar lights and power banks help maintain some level of convenience. Across this vast waterway, a large quantity of sweet pumpkins has been cultivated. The fertile soil, enriched by the river's silt, has made the sweet pumpkin harvest quite successful. That's why the farmers are busy collecting the pumpkins from the fields. This expansive char is home to a huge sweet pumpkin empire, with pumpkin collection happening everywhere you look. Some farmers are busy gathering pumpkins from the fields, while others are placing the collected pumpkins into baskets next to the fields. Once all the pumpkins are gathered, the next step is weighing them, and that process begins right after the collection is complete. The pumpkins are carefully weighed and prepared for the next steps. Once the pumpkins are measured on the scale, they are carefully loaded onto the truck in groups. The sweet pumpkins are neatly arranged in rows on the truck.
কি খবর? আছেন ভালো?
হ্যাঁ ভালো ভালো আমরা ভালো আছি হ্যাঁ ওরে তুই যাও 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 রানিং যাও
These hard-working individuals, through their relentless effort, meticulously arrange all the collected pumpkins on the truck, making sure each one is carefully placed. The pumpkins are now ready for the next step in their journey.
ঢাকা যাবে কারণ বাজার এখান থেকে মানে কি প্রতিনিয়তই যাইতেছে
The pumpkins are sent to Dhaka for the market regularly. This is an ongoing business, with pumpkins constantly being transported. We buy them directly from the farmers, and once we collect them, we sell them to another party. This party buys the pumpkins in kilograms and resells them according to demand. The business operates across the char areas where the pumpkins are grown. We handle both the purchasing and selling of sweet pumpkins, and currently, we are focusing exclusively on pumpkins. We're not dealing with onions or other crops for now, though there might be plans to include them in the future. From now until the next 3 to 4 months, the sweet pumpkin business will continue steadily. We manage deliveries from Daladia all the way to Azimnagar Union in Dhaka district, covering all the areas in between. Even though this year's harvest is smaller than usual, with a lower yield, the production of sweet pumpkins in the char areas remains substantial. Despite the smaller harvest, the demand and trade continue to flow.
In some areas, after collecting the pumpkins from the fields, they are packed into sacks for market distribution. The pumpkins are weighed along with the sacks before being loaded onto trucks. Across this vast char, preparations are underway for the distribution of sweet pumpkins. This enormous char has thousands of acres dedicated to sweet pumpkin cultivation, making it one of the largest areas for pumpkin farming. It's not just a small-scale operation, but thousands of acres are dedicated to sweet pumpkin farming. The fields stretch far and wide, filled with countless pumpkins, and it is almost impossible to market all of them in a single day. Therefore, the market distribution process happens every day, as it is impossible to handle everything at once. The preparations continue regularly to ensure the smooth movement of the crops to the market. After collecting the sweet pumpkins from the fields, many people gather the remaining vines and leaves, which are used as food for livestock. These green leaves are a favorite of the animals, so both men and women work together to collect them. They carry the collected leaves home using horse carts, which are the only means of transport on the winding, uneven, and often muddy roads. Most people in this region own their own horses and carts. In the vast char, where trucks and larger vehicles can't reach the fields, horse carts are used to transport the crops. These carts take the produce from the fields to trucks or vehicles that can transport it further. In the vast char areas, where trucks and larger vehicles cannot directly access the fields, crops are collected using horse carts. These horse carts line up in rows, collecting the crops from the fields for market distribution. The crops are transported from the fields to trucks or other vehicles using horse carts. Once loaded onto the trucks, the crops are securely tied down with ropes. This process ensures that the hard-earned produce of the farmers is sent from the fields to the markets in Dhaka and other districts across the country for distribution. The hardworking people set out early in the morning for work and return before evening. Once back at their small homes in the fields, they take a refreshing bath in the cool afternoon water. They spend some time cooking and enjoying the peaceful, beautiful atmosphere of the evening. In the midst of a diverse environment, these people live surrounded only by green fields, with no homes or people in sight. As dusk falls, jackals gather around, and there are various types of venomous snakes in the area. Despite the challenges posed by nature and the harsh environment, these people continue to struggle daily, driven by the need to survive and make a living. Once the cooking and meals are done, they have their dinner, rest, and then sleep, only to wake up the next morning for another day of work. This cycle of routine continues day after day. In addition to growing sweet pumpkins, several people in the area have also planted bottle gourds, lao. Taking advantage of the fertile land formed by the river's silt. The land is suitable for various types of agriculture, and one man grows bottle gourds in a row on 1 acre of land.
The farmer explained that although the land belongs to his father-in-law, he is the one managing the cultivation. He shared that the cauliflower yield was quite good this season, but the market price was disappointingly low, only around 10 to 20 taka per kilogram. Despite the low prices, he remains dedicated to his work, ensuring that every crop is well taken care of. To maximize the land's potential, he has grown both bottle gourd and cauliflower together, strategically planting cauliflower under the bottle gourd vines. He sold the cauliflower about a week ago, though he was not satisfied with the price he received. However, the bottle gourd harvest was excellent, and he has already sold around 1,000 gourds, proving that the season was favorable for certain crops. Although his permanent home is in Pabna, he currently resides in this area for farming purposes and stays at Chairman Momin Khan's house. He mentioned that he invested approximately 1,500 taka in seeds, which was a significant amount for him. The total land area he cultivates is 20 katha, roughly equivalent to 1 baiga, and he works tirelessly to maintain it. He also emphasized the importance of regular plant maintenance. When large leaves dry up, they start to rot, which can spread disease and hinder the plant's overall growth. To prevent this, he diligently removes dried leaves, ensuring that the plants receive enough nutrients and grow healthier. Additionally, he hopes that the upcoming season will bring an even better harvest with improved market prices. His efforts are not just for personal gain, but also contribute to the overall agricultural economy of the region. He remains optimistic that with proper care and favorable weather conditions, his future yields will be even more successful, allowing him to continue expanding his farming operations.
As the weary afternoon fades away, the evening gracefully descends upon nature. In this enchanting twilight, the beauty of nature seems even more mesmerizing. Drawn by this captivating charm, preparations for returning home are underway everywhere. Across the vast grazing fields of the Char, the cattle that have been feeding on grass all day are being guided back home in an orderly line. This familiar scene of rural Bengal enhances the serenity of dusk, painting a timeless picture of the countryside. The sight of long rows of cattle returning home along the village paths adds to the evening's charm. As the sun sets, hardworking people also make their way back home, returning to their place of rest and comfort. The gentle breeze of dusk carries with it the promise of a peaceful night, bringing an end to a day filled with labor and perseverance. Dear friends, with this, we bid farewell for today. We will meet again in another video,